Hey guys, I'm back again with what I believe is part 3. I always lose track of the parts, so, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoy the first 2 if you watched them. If not, I'd encourage you to go back and start at the beginning if you want to. I mean, you don't really miss much except for how I got to where I am. I think this is a good one to actually check behind, because I'm not afraid of anything new coming, and I want to kind of keep the pot small. And other than a 3 that he hits or something is what I'm afraid of, or if he has a king that also, but I'm not betting to get those hands out anyways, so why would I bet? So that's a good one to just check behind to keep the pot small. I realize I'm taking Omaha logic and bringing it to Hold'em, but Phil Galfond, who's a huge pot limit Omaha player, super high stakes, really respected player, one of the most respected online players probably. He often talks about pot control, and in Omaha it's probably a lot more important, but he'll throw away small edges with, you know, and there are a lot more small edges in Omaha than in Hold'em. It's a different game, it really is, but to take that logic and apply it to Hold'em, he very often talks about checking behind or things like that for pot control reasons, and so the pot stays smaller when he wants a smaller pot. And that same idea applies to Hold'em, where a lot of times you don't want to play a really big pot with certain types of hands, and it's really smart to just kind of make small bets or even check or call, instead of when you think, you know, raising might be a good option for certain reasons, you just want to check or call because you can keep the pot smaller because of that. So I've kind of picked up some momentum today, I guess, after part 1, when I went from playing 4 or 5 or whatever to playing 1 by the end of part 1. I've been doing pretty well since then. My variance during part 1 was pretty bad, losing a lot of coin flips. I mean, it wasn't horrible. I didn't get sucked out on all that much, a couple of times maybe, and I just wasn't winning many all-ins. If I remember correctly, I wasn't winning a ton of all-ins, and that's kind of the reason I was getting knocked out of everything, it felt like. But now it seems like it's picked up a little bit, and hopefully I can take advantage of it, because that's really, multi-table tournaments, that's the only way to live and survive, is to just realize variance is even, and the side is not out to get you. It really isn't. You just have to get through that variance, and eventually you're going to pop off a couple big wins, and that's just kind of how it works. I mean, some of the best players play 500-600 tournaments before they start making any money, because you just go through those stretches where you don't make anything, and it always feels like it comes in bunches. I don't know why that happens or why it feels like that. It just does. So if you can break even when things aren't going your way, or be close to breaking even when things aren't going your way, eventually it'll turn around and you'll get some big scores if you're a good player. And you just got to fight through that variance and make those few that you start doing well, and you got to make those ones really count. So yeah, it's yeah, I guess that's my quick thing on variance or whatever. And you know, the last 4 months I've lost quite a bit of money, I guess. I think it's a mix between me not playing my best. Oh, this is such a similar situation to before. King, queen, 10 big blinds, first position. I've been talking about this situation so much throughout the day. Oh, it kills me. It kills me to have to feel like I'm folding it all the time. But if you saw what happened to the first guy who tried to do that, I was able to knock him out, I believe. I actually can't remember. But yeah, I haven't done very well the last 4 months. Part of that because I haven't been playing my best, but also it's just the tournaments that I've gotten far in, I've gotten 8th place and 7th place, and so I just you don't make money by doing that, and you gotta make those ones that you make it far and count, and you gotta give yourself as many chances of making it far as you can is really how you gotta look at it. And I haven't been giving myself a ton of chances, and I haven't been getting to a ton of final tables and making it super far a ton of times, and I've given away a lot of spots where I've been doing well in, and then I haven't been making them count, and that's really what's been killing me. But you know, even if I'm not playing my best and I've been losing money, I still feel like overall I've been a winning player over the last 4 months. Just maybe only a 20% ROI instead of my normal 60 to 100, depending on what style or what type of games I'm playing. Because of that, my ROI's been a lot lower, and it makes it so variance feels a lot worse because you lose more and win less, and so your down streaks are gonna be going down instead of breaking even, and they're gonna last a little bit longer and all sorts of stuff like that. So this guy just called. Try to get him out. I ended up hitting 2 pair after having a flush draw and everybody checking. I feel like just a little feeler bet to try to get someone to call with something. I called with ace-8 and he hit it. That's frustrating. Another coin flip that I lose. You know, I think I played that right, though. I'm actually a little bit surprised he called with an ace-8 there after just limping. It sounded like he had great pot odds, and he didn't beat much. He kind of was fortunate that I had the kind of hand I had. The only hands he really was hoping I had was like a good king. 8-9 or something, maybe. Maybe I'll do it with some of those hands. I mean, there's some hands I could be messing around with a little bit right there, definitely, but ace-8's pretty light to make that call, I think. I think it was a bad call, but not a horrible one. Pretty bad. It's just, he shouldn't have limped with it in the first place, I think, you know. Now here's the question, do I 3-bet or do I go all in? I think part of it depends on what these two guys do, but out of this one. So that was frustrating. I mean, you know, it was just a coin flip that I got in, so it's not like I can be that disappointed, but I think I gotta just shove because of 3-bet. Yeah, shove. If I had aces, I might try to 3-bet, but then if he just calls, I'm kind of vulnerable to an overcard coming, so this kind of protects me against that. He has ace-king anyways. Another coin flip. So let's see if I can win one of these two, and it doesn't look like I will, and I'll lose another coin flip. Again, it's just a matter of if I won both those coin flips, you know, that's 2 tournaments I'd be looking really, I'd be looking good in. I'd be looking pretty dang good in this one, I think. And in this one, I'd be looking at least okay, or the one that was here, I'd be looking okay. And so it's just variance. I mean, you know, you turn those 2 around, which I actually had the better hand in both of those situations. You turn those both around, and all of a sudden, I'm in 5 tournaments looking pretty good, and quite a bit of them, and it's looking good. Instead, I'm down to 3 tournaments already, and you can't get frustrated because the variance, it will turn around. It's the side's, there's no reason for the side to give it to somebody else over you. The side doesn't care. I'm gonna try to 3-bet this guy. I just feel like the stack sizes work in my favor a little bit, and I'm on the button. And it's just a min raise, and you know, min raise doesn't mean he's got something all that strong. Let's see what else is starting. Nothing that looks all that appealing right now. Maybe I'll just stick to these 3. Some $1 tournaments that I could play. I feel kind of lame playing those though. Ooh. I'm not going to get enticed by that tournament. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play... I'll play this Super Turbo on Bovada. And these might be the last 4 that I play. Not a huge grind today, but that's kind of what I was anticipating. I mean, I didn't play the Bodog 100K or Bovada 100K. If I made a really deep run in some of my earlier tournaments, I might have added on a few more, but those ones ended pretty quick, so... Or, I mean, I might have played a little bit longer if I went further in those ones, but those ones have all went pretty quick. Oh, there's another turbo. Maybe I'll play that one too. We'll see. So right now this is looking like my best chance to do something. Unfortunately, there's still 404 players in it, so maybe it's not my best chance. This is actually, but this one just started. Well, I guess it didn't just start, but kind of. They all just kind of started. The 2 that I got knocked out were the earliest ones that I was still in, so that's kind of frustrating. That's actually probably one of the more tilting things. Actually, recently I haven't had much of a problem with it when I've been doing these videos, but what used to constantly tilt me was being really deep in tournaments. That's a pretty good flop for me, actually. If he raises me, I can go all in, which made that bet really comfortable. Although he probably would have called if he did raise me there. He's probably willing to. It just made me not afraid of him raising me, I guess. I used to tilt probably the worst when I'd be in 1 or 2 tournaments getting really deep in for big paydays or something like that. I'd be doing really well in 2 of them, and then I'd have like 3 or 4 or something like that where it's pretty early on and I just started them or something like that. And I'm either like close to the final table or close to the money, or it's a really big tournament and I'm like halfway through the money or something like that. And it's really exciting, and I'm trying to raise too much. They're too little, that's the problem. And, you know, it's really exciting. And I mean, maybe sometimes just 1 if it's really exciting, or 2. And then all of a sudden I get knocked out of those 2, or that 1 super exciting one, and I have these 3 tournaments or 4 tournaments where it's like I'm right back at the very beginning and I have to start all the way over again to get to that same spot. And it just feels daunting, because that tilts me probably, used to at least. I haven't experienced it a lot recently, but it used to tilt me worse than probably anything would be getting in those spots and having it just not work out. My new Brovada tournament. With the ace, I definitely feel like I can represent the ace and try to make a solid continuation bet that will work a lot of the time. Yeah, no, I don't need to make it that big. I think the ace is gonna, you know, I have an inside straight draw as well, but yeah, I guess it didn't work, but I feel like I can represent the ace there a lot, and it'll work. I mean, he could easily have had the ace, which is when it's not. But if he doesn't have the ace, it makes it kind of hard to play back at me when I could easily have the ace in my range. I could have tried to do something there, but I guess not. Try to hit something that checks, and I don't. This is a super turbo, and I need to keep that in mind, especially on Brovada, where I often just don't pay much attention to those tournaments, and I end up folding out of or folding my hands pre-flop without even knowing I got dealt anything. At least my last videos, that's what was going on all the time. It wasn't that tilting, it was just frustrating, and it felt like I was losing money. I mean, I was losing an edge because of that, giving away opportunity. A lot of people limp with small pairs or early, and a lot of people, it used to be just the thing to do would be to limp with small pairs early and try to hit a set, but I always like raising with them early because, one, it disguises your hand in the sense that it builds the pot early. It doesn't disguise your hand that much, but it really kind of like sets up the pot differently. In a limp pot, it's all these people trying to kind of like hit something really big or fold, and you don't want to be in that kind of pot with a set, because then you're going up against people trying to get flushes and straights against your set. So, you know, you have the easiest one to get, but if you both get there, they're going to beat you, kind of thing. So I raised to kind of set up the pot a little bit differently. It just feels like those pairs play better in raised pots than they do in non-raised pots. It also builds the pot up bigger, so like if 3 people limp, there's 60 in there, but if 3 people call, you know, a 60 chip raise, there's 180 in there, and then the flop bet's going to be bigger because of that, and then the turn bet will be bigger because of that. So it sets up the pot better in that respect. And then the last thing is, I mean, you have some equity in just taking down the blind. That's not a big thing, but I mean, just if you think about it in equity terms, you have a chance to just take down the blinds rather than just have it, you know, get called by the guy in the big blind and then you lose to a pair of 5s with your 3s or something, when you have this 8-5 that he checked, you know. So there's just another little thing, but interesting flop. I don't really like these situations because I really don't know where I'm at, although 2 checks does make me feel quite a bit more comfortable. Yeah. The beauty of being in position right there, because it's hard for both of them to check if they have a pair that's better than mine, unless it's aces or kings or something. So what are they checking there that beats me? Nothing, so I should bet. Here I think I'm going to call. He's got 10 big blinds, so he's probably raising with a lot of hands I actually kind of kill. King Jack, Queen Jack, King 10. He has a couple aces that beat me. Not many that kill me, though. I got odds. I'm not too worried about him. King Jack, exactly. I think that's pretty straight. Awesome. I feel like it's pretty straightforward, so it's not too much to analyze. Maybe it's not straightforward for all you guys, but most of you probably do that. But it's always nice to just go over why it's straightforward, and you know, I'm never done improving my game, so it's always nice to analyze just about everything. Really feels like Variance has not been with me today, so it's been kind of tough because of that. Although normally when I play and I record, it doesn't really turn out too well. I don't think I have any like good finishes or wins. I got a lot of like final tables where I get like 5th and 8th. So I don't know if you guys even realize if I'm a good player or not. I don't know. I hope you guys think I'm at least decent. I don't try to think I'm one of the best players out there, but I think I at least have something of value to give out to people, and it's free content rather than all those paid websites, so I feel like I can give something, and if nothing at all, you can learn from my mistakes, analyze the game from another perspective. think I can do anything against those. Not with my hand. This is always weird when this happens. Used to happen on Brovada back in the day all the time. Happens with luck occasionally too, but it's like there's 172 players in this tournament, but I'm at a table with only one other person. It's just kind of weird. It's kind of thing that would never happen in a live tournament, but it can happen online. So here I don't like calling that much pre-flop, but this one I don't think I can re-raise because of the threat of him 3-betting. But it's not a bad situation. I mean, now it's not a great situation, but I didn't feel like a bad situation to try to peel off a 4 and see what I can get. Well, I didn't really lose anything extra because I probably wouldn't have made anything out of that hand, but can't really think of it that way. It's like the people who fold and say, oh, I would have hit this. It's like, but you folded. And that was the whole point of you folding, is that if you did hit it, you don't have any chances anymore. I never understood the whole, oh, I would have had 3 aces if I had stayed in, but you didn't stay in, so that's kind of the point of the game. Or, you know, they have the 6 deuce and the flop comes 6 6 8, and they're like, oh, I would have had trips, and it's like, you weren't gonna play 6 deuce, so why are you even complaining? And of course that's gonna happen occasionally. A lot of amateur type players do that kind of thing, and it's really telling when you're at a live tournament, which is, oh man, I miss live tournaments. Oh, I haven't played a good live tournament since my last trip to Vegas, which was amazing and utterly, not utterly, but ultimately disappointing. Well, this I can definitely call, especially against this guy who made a kind of all-in play with 8s just a second ago. I have this guy behind me, so I'm going to wait a little while to make the call. Hopefully I get in a good situation. Hopefully I'm coin flip at the worst. And I can't seem to win any of these coin flips. Wow, it's just, I won a couple of them, I know that. But I feel like most of the time when the money's all in, it's just not going my way today. It just really is not. That was a big tournament too. Okay, one more tournament, which is a turbo I'm going to sign up for, and it'll be the last one. Unless there's a good one on lock coming up. Which I don't think, because I looked just a little while ago. Yeah, it starts in an hour, so I don't think so. Okay, so I think after this next one on Brovada pops up, I think that's my last new tournament I'm signing up for, and then I'll just play out these 4 and see how it goes. It was a frustrating way to lose another tournament. I mean, again, it was just a coin flip, so it's not like I can complain that much. But to lose that many of them is kind of what it's felt like. It's felt like I lost a lot. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but if you've watched all these tournaments, it feels like I've lost a lot of all-in situations compared to normal. But then there's those times where you win way more than normal, so can't really complain. It's kind of an overall thing. There's no reason to get mad about it. This one, hopefully I can hold on to. There we go. It wasn't a huge one, being this short. It wasn't a big one, and I was in a big lead, but it's nice to win any of them that you can, especially when things aren't going your way. Nice to at least make a run in one tournament today, man. I don't feel like I made a single good run, which is kind of disappointing. I mean, I haven't given myself any chances, it feels like. Although, again, I also think that's because the variance has not been with me, and so I'm not going to have any chances if you never win any all-in pots. And I'm not saying I haven't won any, I'm just saying the key pots I've needed to win have not gone my way. Nothing really going on right now. And I don't know what to talk about. So I will sit here and let you guys stare at the screen and be bored while I'm waiting for a hand to talk about, I guess. I know it's exciting to watch, and I am giving you guys great entertainment value along with my amazing intellect and insight into the game of No Limit Hold'em. I'm sure it's wonderful. Honestly, I simply just don't know what to say. Maybe if you guys, you guys should start. If you have any questions for me or topics you would like me to discuss, put them in the comments. Just maybe I can. I mean, I look at every comment and every message I get. Sometimes I forget to respond, but I try to respond to every one of them. Sometimes I know I forget to, and then I don't come back to it. But I try to respond to all of them. But give me some topics to discuss or something for times when I have lulls. It's things that you want me to discuss, ideas that you care about, that you think are interesting, that, you know, like, I don't know, if you want me to go over something that I used to always talk about, the ladder principle. If you're confused about that or just want me to talk about it more, ask me a question about the comments. I'll probably answer it in the comments, but, you know, if it's just a general concept you want me to talk about more, let me know so I can... Who's actually this guy's in the pot? Let me know so I can maybe go to that question and have something more to talk about. This doesn't really look like a good spot for me. I don't like deuces very much, to be honest. Maybe I should just let that go a lot sooner. But now I'm raising a 5, so maybe I haven't learned my lesson. Or maybe the lesson learned was that that happens sometimes. Okay, time to be more energetic and interesting for you guys who are sitting through hour 3 of me playing. Whoever watches all these videos, I know a couple of you guys usually watch all of the Sunday grinds whenever I do them. I really appreciate it. I mean, that's really cool of you guys to support me in that way, and I'm glad you like what I bring out. When you guys do stuff like that, it really makes me want to make more videos when I know that you watched it all and you actually cared about it. So I know most people probably will watch the first 20 minutes of the first one and then just kind of stop because it's a lot. But if you watch them all, let me know. I really appreciate it. It makes me want to make more videos. The more you tell me to make more videos, the more I want to, because it lets me know that people actually enjoy it, and I want to make something people enjoy. If nobody's enjoying what I'm doing, it's not worth me doing it. Yeah, I can't do anything with that. This is the one I need to think about. But I don't think I can do anything with that either. Jeez, there's so much in that pot though. If they have ace king, I'm gonna be mad. Okay, jacks and queens. Okay, good. I would have ended up with 2 pair and a 5, so I would have had an awesome hand by the end of that. Again, 2 in a row. I mean, I guess I'm pretty certain this one again. I mean, I only got a little over 10 blinds. Got 12, which isn't a lot. I can't erase some of this. I can go all in here though. I think picking up the 450 chips is worth the risk there, especially when they probably don't have strong hands with just calling and checking. I mean, or just calling out of small line. Again, I'm sitting out. Awesome. Happens to me all the time on Brovada. Actually, hasn't happened to me much today, but that was kind of the first time. And I didn't miss my big hand. The one last time I played, which was really embarrassing, was the one where I had like top pair, second kicker or something off of the flop, and I bet into the guy and he raised or something, and I just folded because I wasn't paying attention. I can't remember exactly what happened. Something like that. It was just like I just folded what was most likely the best hand just because I timed out. And it was like in the middle of the pot. It wasn't pre-flop or anything. I'd already put in a decent amount of chips, and it was just bad. And it was because I was talking about a hand that happened on another table, and it was like the only other table that was running, or it was pretty embarrassing for the whole world to see on YouTube, which is about 100 people probably watch my videos over the course of a couple months. Although I doubt that many people stayed till that point in the series, so maybe 20 people. This second goal won't win. There's only 4 people after me. I feel like I can try to shove this and try to take the over 1,000 that's out there. But a raise just changes it so much for me. And for some people it doesn't change it that much. For me it totally changes everything. It makes so many hands that are playable so unplayable. Just because of the odds that have changed of getting that person to fold, the strength that they've already shown by willing to raise once, and it kills the odds for me so much of the time. I don't know if I don't think most people agree with that as much as I do, at least, but that's just how I see it. I just see it changing the odds in such a big fashion. I feel like I can call it in a super turbo. I feel like I can call this. I need to go quickly in this, and an all in here doesn't mean a ton. There's a lot of lower pairs that are doing this. And I feel like the top pairs aren't doing this, or ace king, and I won a coin flip, so. Again, the coin flips I seem to be winning on, I'm pretty short, and then staying alive with a coin flip. And the coin flips I'm losing are the ones where I have a solid amount of chips, and we get a big pot going, and I lose, and I'm out. That's what it's been feeling like. And I feel like I'm running about 25% on them, and I've had a couple pretty big suckouts against me, like the king jack and the there was one in like part 1 or 2 that happened, and I can't remember what it was. But I've only had a couple big suckouts, so it hasn't been that bad. And I just feel like I'm running like 25% on my coin flips. So overall variance has been against me, but hopefully that'll change. And I'll make a big run in whichever the biggest tournament I'm in. This one I guess is the biggest, but I got a long ways to go in it. Probably should have paid a little bit more attention to the amount of chips this guy has before I raised. It's kind of a mistake. I got fortunate that he didn't go all in, but I made my raise without even looking at his chip stack, which is really what you need to do when you're raising pre-flop, is look at the people behind you, how many chips they have. It's super important. There's tournaments that when I've really been on my game, I've won because I've been able to do that towards the end of the tournament. Just analyze their chip stacks and know when I can be aggressive. It is such a powerful tool when you know how to handle it. And I feel like I'm at the point in my capabilities where I can utilize it, but I'm not able to all the time. Again, it's a super turbo, so I'm willing to push pretty hard. Min raise, I kind of hate that. And he has position on me. I think I'm just going to fold. It's kind of a weak fold, but out of position, maybe I don't want to mess with that really. I don't know where I'm at in the hand at all, and I hate that situation. I feel like it's a dangerous, money draining situation to be involved in. I need to start pushing in here, this one. But aren't I always like that? Am I in the big blind here? I hate when this happens and I can't see what's going on. Yeah, I am in the big blind. Because it doesn't show any of the chips or anything, and I think I was in the big blind the last hand too, so. This guy's really thinking about it. That's good, I guess. Kind of eliminates the top range unless he's slow rolling. Gotta shove here. Can't afford to fold that one. Good. I like that. Maybe what I should start doing is really trying to test out more aggressive tactics and kind of turbos and super turbos and kind of the regular ones. Can I win this one at least? Let's see. No, probably not. Nope. So, oh wow, I didn't realize how close he was to me in chips. I would have done the same thing, but how much is the ante? The ante's only 80. One big blind play, huh? There's this. Yeah, I guess 2 random hands. I can try to make this one go. Hey, that's good. Hey, that's really good. Even better. I just got the straight draw. I didn't even really see that. See, I lose the. I mean, I was an underdog in the last one, but it was honestly pretty close to a coin flip. They Jack 10 versus Ace 3. I lose that one, and then I win the one where there's not really that many chips at stake. It's like that's, you know, I need that luck or that variance to be reversed where I do really well on the ones with lots of chips at stake. I'm okay getting into that situation after that spot opened up. But I don't like that. Another one I lose. Oh man. Kind of risky, but I actually kind of like it a little bit. Maybe not. I don't know. I trick myself into stuff sometimes when I don't really think about it. It's working out for me though again. Yeah, see, this is exactly what's going to work for me. And I can't tell what's going on exactly, and I think someone hit a straight. This guy hit a straight. Wow. Oh, this guy hit a flush. Wow, that was a huge pot, too. I mean, I would have had all those chips, I think. No, this guy had more than me, but wow, that was a huge pot to lose. See, it's just not going my way. That's okay though. I still gotta play my best poker. This is a play I saw at the final table of the World Series. It wasn't exactly like that, but the grinder did it to Duhamel when Duhamel won, and it was I think grinder had threes and Duhamel had ace 9, and Duhamel made a small raise against the grinder's big blind, and the grinder had a lot of chips and just shoved, and Duhamel had a lot of chips too. He just shoved with his threes, thinking so many hands we have here are just kind of in the middle of. I'm going on here because I got 2 big blinds. I can't really fold a lot more. Grinder went on thinking, you know, he can't call with just 2 overs unless it's 2 really good overs, and chances of him having a better pair than mine are pretty low. Hey, that's pretty good. So, oh my gosh. Oh, okay, I didn't fold this yet. Good. Bring this over to where it's easier to see. And I thought it was a really good play. Duhamel ended up calling and winning, but it was a really surprising call with his ace 9. And it worked out because Duhamel won the hand and stayed in the tournament. And he was also putting Duhamel kind of at risk. But if Grinder had won that, I mean, that's the hand that really kind of made Grinder kind of stumble in that tournament. And he was chip leader before it, and then he kind of got killed after that. But I thought it was a pretty good play because it was put Duhamel at so much risk. If that coin flip turned out differently, Grinder was a huge favorite to win that tournament. And I think he had a pretty good equity edge because of how often Duhamel was going to fold there. And so that's kind of going back to the reason I'm talking about this. Shoving with the threes there was kind of like saying, you know, it's just so unlikely for him to wake up with a pair that's better than mine. I might as well just take the chips now and take my equity advantage now than try to do anything else. I think I can fold this one. Good fold. I'm going to bet like I'm putting that guy all in, but I'm pretty much putting them both of all in. Definitely go all in here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. It's kind of just a cooler though. Cooler that went against me. I mean, I'm not folding queens on any of those streets, so. I'm not looking very good in any of these. This one I guess I'm okay in, but I got a long ways to go. I can definitely go all in here. Try to get back into this one. I was down to 800 chips in this one at one point, so I'm getting back into it if I can win a little bit more. Just one more double up and I'm not looking great, but I'm back in it. And I'm in a good spot. I'm in a really good spot. Well, I hit the 9, but still. Hey! Back in it. Took a lot of wins to get back in it from that one that I lost. Although I was behind in that one that I lost, but still. I don't think this part has been all that exciting. Maybe it has. I just feel like I've been really monotone and dull, but I've had excellent observations and insight, I'm sure. Just feels kind of weird sitting around a computer talking to yourself for hours about poker, knowing people will watch it and hear what you're saying, but right now I'm just talking to myself. It's kind of funny feeling. Kind of have to have no shame about it, though. Also, be willing to embarrass yourself in front of everybody who does watch your videos when you actually post them. Because some of my plays are pretty embarrassing. And I haven't really owned anybody while recording. I can't think of any of my videos where I was like, I was really glad I recorded that because that showed how good I can play. Haven't really done that in a long time. I think that's part because of my play slipping. No real hands. Only playing 3 tournaments. One of them I am extremely short in. Wow, this is exciting. I actually might just stop it at the end of this part and not continue, because only playing 3 tournaments just seems like there's not a lot to talk about. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I might record the last part and just, if it's not any good, I won't post it. Or continue it if I make it deep in a tournament. It just seems kind of dull right now. But that's also just kind of what happens in these videos. They go through periods of being exciting and then dull. Nope. Maybe I should start analyzing other people's plays to make it more exciting for you. Something I should just do more often. I don't do that enough. I actually just don't catch it very often. I'm focused on my cards and my play and the people I'm playing against when I'm playing. That's actually one of the worst parts about me analyzing other players, is when I'm not in a hand, it just kind of doesn't happen unless I record it with Poker Tracker or something, and that is bad. That's a bad habit that I learned really early on. And like right here, I don't know exactly what happened. I think I wasn't paying attention to it at all, and so I learned nothing from this hand because of that. When really good players are constantly watching, even when they're playing lots of tables, they're constantly watching stuff like this and picking it up. I'm only playing 3 tables right now and I'm not picking up on that stuff. So I really only am able to do well with that kind of stuff when I'm playing 1 or 2 tables and one of them's getting close to the final table or something like that. Other than that, I'm really bad at picking up on that kind of stuff. Oh, I was going to do that. Bad company. That was my move. How close are we to the money in this? I don't think we're actually only 51 left. We actually are probably pretty close, although it's probably gonna be like 20 bucks. 36, make $11. Oh no, it's even worse than I thought. So we're still pretty far from the money, and I make $11 if I get there. It was a $5 tournament, that's why. I thought it was a $10, $15 tournament. 20 big blinds, I think I can shove a small pair. I need to get my shoving. I mean, I talk about all the stuff I should do, and I talk about I should do it over and over and over against videos, and I never do it. One of the main reasons is because poker is unfortunately not my focus anymore. Kind of my job is, I guess, if you wouldn't even call it a job, but I mean, I'm only able to grind maybe once a week or twice a week if I take another day to do it. So I don't spend the time to really analyze my. I read poker books still occasionally, and I still try to improve a lot. I'm always trying to improve. With that big one, I'm not going to mess around. But, I think I go with this one. I'm just trying to steal, but I just don't spend a lot of time with poker to try to really take my game to the next level by doing things like getting all my shoving ranges really down pat against different types of players, and you know, my pre-flop raise sizes. I mean, I used to be doing that kind of stuff, and a lot of those things that I was working on kind of faded because I've taken so much time off recently, and then I haven't picking up poker at the pace that I used to play it at, where I have it down as well as I want to. But I started this channel, and I had some people liked it, and I didn't want to stop it, so whenever I play, I try to still get content out there. And I still think I'm a pretty good player, and I'm still slowly improving. I don't know if I'm improving as quickly as the rest of the game is, because my skills kind of deteriorate a little bit between my long absences. Thinking about shoving, and then I realized I probably have enough space to just raise. Raise fold, I guess is a better way to say it. So this video is going to end probably in like 2 or 3 minutes, but I don't know if there's going to be a part, whatever is after this one, part 4 I think. I'll probably record it and see if it's any good. Actually, I probably won't record it. I'll probably stop recording at this point unless something gets exciting again. It feels kind of dull. I don't like putting up videos that I don't think are very good. I only try to give you guys videos that are good. I also try to balance that with giving you guys enough. I don't want to just never put up anything because none of it's up to my standards, which honestly most of it is not up to my standards, but I want to keep getting stuff out there. So I probably won't record it because I think it's getting dull. If it gets exciting again, maybe I'll make a final table video if I get to a final table or something like that. Wow, this is a crazy pot. This guy's probably got aces or kings or something. To just put it all in that quickly, I think that's what he has. And here I can just shove on this guy. Yeah, that's good. Okay, there's the break. We'll see what this happens in this hand. Ace king only, really. Surprised he just shoved it that quickly with ace queen. I mean, I'm not surprised he went all in. A little bit maybe, but just that quickly. Because these guys had huge stacks. I'll play this one out. So yeah, I'll probably make it probably won't be part of the Sunday Grind series unless, I don't know, but I probably will stop recording for the day after this hand. I appreciate you guys watching if you watched it all. Look forward to the next one. I'll try to get one of these out every week. I'll try to get some heads up sit and goes going pretty soon. I'm thinking about doing an actual 9-person sit and go at some point, even though I don't feel like I'm an expert on those at all. Some people have requested those, so maybe I'll do 1 or 2 of those at some point for you guys. I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.